In Milwaukee, a city in key Midwest Battleground state, Wisconsin, Sikh voter Kulwant Dhaliwal insisted he takes his right to vote seriously.
I voted, I think, about a month ago. So, absolutely, absolutely. We have the people are dying to have this vote, right? So become citizens of this country and have a vote.
Dhaliwal, one of the nearly 500 worshippers at the Sikh Temple Wisconsin in the Milwaukee suburb of Oak Creek that Sunday, November 3, said he likes knowing that his vote carries some weight.
It does have give you some tiny bit of power, just a speck of power. You feel that yes, you have to say somebody want to know from me what should be done. So it's a good feeling. When I came to Milwaukee in 1968, first of all, Milwaukee had a very, as compared to now, there's very much less population. And actually, they used to call it a big village. That was Milwaukee's bad name for people used to call it a big village. And at that time, as best as can count, probably 5 or 6 families, not all families, there's some single persons also, were there. And then gradually it started growing. And the Gurdwara, usually in the, I think I would be probably late 70s when there was population maybe 40, 50 of people.
Today, an estimated 5,000 Sikhs reside in Wisconsin. In its most recent report, the Pew Research Center reported a total Sikh population of 200,000 in the United States.
At our Oak Creek Sikh Temple, we usually have 500 or plus people on our Sunday mornings, which come in, and they all are, people from local community, from our neighbors, Oak Creek, nearby areas, which come in here for the prayers on Sundays. Yeah.
As part of Sunday service at the Oak Creek Temple, members enjoyed snacks and refreshments, eating together as part of the religion's core principle of sharing. In the temple kitchen, hot oil sizzled as samosas were fried by volunteers, while a steady line of members queued to serve themselves. Talk of politics in the temple is discouraged. That's why it doesn't host political candidates. Dhaliwal said it's up to individuals to decide.
In this place, we do not talk any politics at all. Nobody come and give a speech about Harris or Trump or anything, nothing. We just stick to our religious service, and when they get out, they can do whatever they like. As a group, we have no opinion. As a group, we have no opinion. It's individual to decide.
Still, he told Reuters he voted for Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
I'm a Democrat. I voted for Harris. No question. I have nothing to hide.
On Sunday, the Oak Creek Temple invited Reuters to a visit, led by member Prabjot Singh. Walking towards the entrance of the worship hall, Singh pointed to a bullet hole, a scar of a 2012 mass shooting by a white supremacist that left 6 dead and 4 injured, one of whom later died from his wounds.
So one thing I wanted to show, if you look at this hole in the door, this is, one of our thing which we still kept it from August 5th, 2012. That was the day when we lost 6 lives, because of misidentity. A white supremacist walked in and killed 6 people.
We were coming to the temple, and we were halfway through. Our family members called us, don't go to the temple. There has been a shooting there. So we sort of presumed or assumed that maybe the 2 people had a fight, one shot the other. We don't know why it happened, but the FBI sort of concluded that it was a hate crime. And we think it could be a misidentity because people see, I've been seeing, say, Osama bin Laden and Khomeini and all that, and they think everybody with a turban probably is a terrorist and a Muslim, and that could be possible. That's simply conjecture on our part, and we just we don't know exactly who. because what was in his mind, only God knows.
In that attack, Wade Michael Page walked into the temple in Oak Creek as worshipers prepared for Sunday services and began firing a semi-automatic handgun.
I have
As Wisconsin voters remain deeply divided with Election Day around the corner, Dhaliwal said they're remaining vigilant, especially with immigration a tense issue.
So I have to be very vigilant. Where we actually FBI does did tell us that you have to be very careful where you go, when you go, and so on. Immigration, the program has to be taken care of because it's not fair to the legal people. So you legally, if you come to think of it, legally you have a limit who comes and who can't come. Illegally, anybody can walk in. But there's two things that are contradictory in a way but you have to have rules or regulation dealing with that. Now,